combat community, Mike Frankel Cage Minds, back for the first time in a while. Haven't done a rant, haven't done a prediction show, been busy working on stuff for Nux.com, Nux in New Mexico. Check that out, stay connected locally, nationally. Check out South Africa news, Ontario news, we're getting worldwide. Sign up for the fan forum, ask questions to the fighters, get connected with other people, share your thoughts. Now to what we're doing back finally. Something got my attention, how to come on and talk about it. If you haven't heard, Jon Jones, Chael Sonnen, TUF 17 coaches. Right away, first opinion is this is a direct result of bad ratings for TUF 16. Roy Nelson, Shane Carwin, not doing well. TUF 15, the live season, didn't do well. FX needed something. The UFC needed something to show FX to save this series as they're trying to take it internationally. And what better than Chael Sonnen, the best trash talker outside of Michael Bisping? Only better thing would have been Bisping versus Sonnen, but Bisping was a recent coach. So now, Sonnen, who has moved up to 205, gets to skip over the two other number one contenders, Lyoto Machida, Dan Henderson. Move them aside. They didn't earn it. They didn't work their way through the division or anything. They don't deserve it. But the fans want to see. So a fight for the fans. But it's a title fight. He's getting a chance. Chael Sonnen has talked his way into a title fight, something that Jon Jones said he wouldn't let happen. Something I was hopeful for that he wouldn't let happen, just for, that sanctity. What does the title belt really mean? Well, right now it's a hot potato because the last two contenders for the light heavyweight title have been middleweights. I don't really see how that makes sense from Jon Jones' perspective. I could see doing this. You extend your brand. You get more well-known. Maybe people will like you more seeing your personality. And you get an opponent that you know you can beat. You beat wrestlers like Rashad Evans, Ryan Bader, Vladimir Matvienko, Matt Hamill. Those are all wrestlers with knockout power. Chael Sonnen is a wrestler without that, and I'd say Jones has the better submission skills. This is a winnable fight. Why not take it? Why not use the platform? The UFC told you to because they need you to, and you do what they need. Even though, taking a fight on 8 days' notice, no one remembers, but you do take them on 4 weeks' notice, 6 weeks' notice constantly. You do fight every 3 months more rapidly than any champion out there right now. So why wouldn't Jon Jones take this opportunity? Because it's a really winnable fight. For all the Chael Sonnen fans, maybe this is his swan song. Maybe this is that bow. Maybe once he loses another title fight, after saying he would retire after losing the last one, he'll retire after this one. For him, it's a big money payoff to do TUF. It's a title fight. It's another big money payout. And maybe Chael Sonnen can finally just retire when he realizes he's really not the best in the world. This will be a letdown for all those Sonnen fans because there is no chance of Sonnen outstriking Jon Jones. No one's taking Jon Jones down yet. And Chael Sonnen doesn't have the jiu-jitsu to catch Jones in a submission. That is without a doubt. So TUF 17, it should do great ratings. And it's up to the Chael Sonnen fans to watch that show weekly, religiously. They need to pick up those ratings to show FX that it was worth it. We know that we'll have 12 weeks of verbal bashing from Sonnen to Jones. It'll be highly entertaining, angering to some. We know that it'll be quote-worthy, that they will be flying quotes throughout Twitter, that it'll be marvelous TV. The fight, don't be so expectant. It will be domination again by the champion. And besides, he already cleared out his whole division. There wasn't like there's guys that's coming up like Alexander Gustafsson. He doesn't, deserve a title shot after a fight win streak. You didn't just have a bunch of eliminators on Fox to build up that final four to get a proper number one contender. No, that didn't happen. None of that. Those are all just imaginary. That did not happen because Sonnen's mouth is somehow better than all those fighters. That's what's really been put up there. He has wins now over Machida and Henderson, I guess, because he won. He beat them outside the gym. He beat them outside the ring. He beat them in the corporate meetings. It's kind of disgusting to see from a fight aspect, but I don't know if it's not that disconcerting because it's just going to be time before a rightful challenger comes up because Jones will dispatch of Sonnen properly as Silva did too. But we'll look forward to the season. seeing how that plays out, I guess. I don't know about you guys. I'm kind of over TUF. I haven't been able to catch much of the UK versus Australia. Brazil, I'm more interested now in the fighters when they get back. There's so much MMA on TV. I'd rather be watching something on Access TV, a smaller promotion, than trying to keep up with TUF so much. Lost in the mix of all this, though, is also that the December light heavyweight debut of Chael Sonnen is now canceled. He will not fight Forrest Griffin in UFC 155. Forrest is now opponentless, but is expected to stay on the card. Well, Glover Teixeira, depending on how injured he was, he's just coming off a win. Phil Davis just came off a win against Wagner Pardo, and he did not look that injured. Both of them could make some waves if they get that victory. Outside of that, Vinny Magalesh is healthy. He came off of that win over Igor Polkarets. There is some possibilities. There are some guys I believe should step out, possibly even Matt Hamill. Get Forrest Griffin, get at him. It's a good name to have and to build yourself up. Maybe Rashad Evans comes back even. He's been on the sidelines a little bit. There are some possibilities out there. There's been some middleweight talk out there. Rich Franklin, Kun Lee, November 10th. UFC on Fuel 6. First event in China. Looking forward to that. That'll be a spectacular fight. It'll be a fun fight. But coming out of that, you're hearing, well, where does this guy find himself in title contention? And really, that's almost a laughable statement when we're talking about where is Bisping, where is Weidman, where is Boach. And those don't even matter because Anderson Silva is more concerned with November 17th. Wanting to fight GSP if GSP gets back Carlos Condit. But Michael Bisping, Chris Weidman, Martin Kampmann, Johnny Hendricks, a bunch of welterweights and middleweights are all cheering for Carlos Condit so their fights can happen. Condit wins, nothing happens, and then the Silva-Jones talk will continue after Jones dispatches of Sonnen. But I guess because we have Sonnen in the mix now for Jones, those talks will calm down for a while. November 17th, we see what happens. Does Anderson Silva get to call out GSP? Or do we now get to see possibly a Michael Bisping versus Anderson Silva fight? Which, because that seems to be the name the UFC keeps wanting to push towards. They're forcing it. They believe he deserved it. He's earned it even though he didn't win his second to last fight out against Chael Sonnen. They really want him to be that number one contender. And I really wouldn't mind it because I believe that Silva would dispatch of him because Silva is the greatest of all time. Move on from that news or that opinion to news of the Strikeforce cancellation. Cormier versus Mir injured. We also know about the Sarah McMahon injury, the Luke Rockhold injury. Strikeforce plans to come back in January. When will that final nail come in? Let's get the top guys to the UFC. Other people can go to the regional circuits, Bellator, get the women to Bellator or to Invicta. It'd be great. I think Dana White needs to let go of Ronda Rousey because what Invicta's doing as a whole for women's MMA is more than what they could just throw together on the fly because they don't want to lose this one girl. Invicta deserves to have the platform and have the bulk of the talent because they're the ones that are running it right. So Strikeforce waiting for that last nail in the coffin. Who knows if that January event will even happen. There's injuries. There's a bunch of concern. Who knows if they'll make it to 2013. And this weekend, if you're looking for some action, it's a UFC-less weekend. You've got on Friday night Bellator 77 and Score Series 6 on Access TV. Bellator 77 prelims are on Spike.com. The main card is on Epix in HD or MTV2. Gotta love that tournament format where championship opportunities are earned, not given. And they truly mean that, and the UFC truly doesn't care about this. Cage Minds, a rant on a lot of stuff going on in the world of MMA. Thanks for listening if you did. Have a good day.